Saturday and I got a whole lot of stuff to do. Um, this video I am going to dedicate to um, British Royals. This is another video I'm going to dedicate to British Royals because it's more and more about death of the British Royals. It's more and more about this kind of stuff. Funeral plans reportedly updated as he is very unwell. Here is what we found. Um, King Charles, for those that are worried about King Charles, his well-being, have orchestrated during MK Ultra Mount Everest of brainwashing me, which also involved delivering me to Windsor Castle, where he would uh, I don't know what they were doing with the police, but he dedicated himself sometime in, I think it was like 2014, 2015, to Mount Everest of 2014, 2015, even perhaps 2013, dedicating himself to the Mount Everest of um, even 2012. He goes straight into the hospitalization, psychiatric hospitalization, which he, I'm not going to say gave full support, but he was initiator of one. He was the one, the rock, the bedrock for the Slovenian psychiatry, for the Serbo-Russian, Serbian Belgrade and Moscow psychiatry against me in Slovenia, Ljubljana psychiatry. He was a bedrock of one. British royals were the main planners, the main supporters, initiators of one from the West, from the Western Hemisphere. uh, exercised with the British police Mount Everest of what will become possible for him even live at Windsor Castle. Listen to this shit. Continue to live at Windsor Castle while public journalists would have absolutely no chance to know where he is at, what he's up to once he would file that certificate. There was a Mount Everest of all kinds of stuff with the cars, with um, he created a bulletproof life behind walls of Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle, with the British police, and was well preparing himself for the news that you see right there, you read about. This news, which was even interpreted to me with a laughter in my face by what became King Charles, however, was doubted at later time again in my face by Prince William, by Kate Middleton, suggesting me with the police that, or actually Camilla, who claimed it during MK Ultra next to Prince Charles, that I'm absolutely the worst one. And I did not understood what exactly they mean by this. I'm absolutely the worst one. And so they continued. Camilla continued. You know what? Um, this is going to be upgraded charge against British royals because of the stuff like this. I will upgrade. I will. It's going to be a different price, like Prince William referred to crime against me, extermination procedure against me. If you will this, if you will that, different price, different price. Yeah, it will be different price. She went on to suggest me. I don't know where they had me, but further suggest me that they were, it was just the other week they visited and they were searching for proofs that Charles is dead and so on. And William insisted how they complained to me how they have people coming all the time to verify if they're really dead or not and so on, that there is a police coming back and forth to verify and so on. Yeah. Yeah, but that I am absolutely the worst. Uh, it did not stop there. This is the kind of stuff that goes on. It's all we go from one issue to another. It goes to total toxicity. And it's always something that it's almost poetic that ends with. That's how MK Ultra works. They target your logical part of brain, and they exercise through that logical part of brain, Mount Everest of lies, brainwash, making you feel special and all kinds of horrific stuff you would do, inhumane stuff. After all, as it ended, to someone who, and I'm talking about Prince Charles, King Charles, suggested afterwards at the end that he would not be around if something would have happened to me, that he would not have, yeah. He leaned during MK Ultra behind and obtained from me affirmative that compassion from me for his problem made me feel actually special that like there is such a man like this that would not be around without my presence, without my surviving this stuff. It made me feel really, really special. Uh, I felt like there's somebody in the world that actually cares for me. The feelings I have at this point are impossible to describe. This is the stuff that awakes in you in anger, and they really make you doubt your sanity. They really make you doubt your sanity. Um, with issues like this, they go and you know, MK Ultra, and during MK Ultra, it's a toxicity that prevailed. Toxicity. Um, Daring me if I would go and you know and we will see this and so on. And not this abuse went on and on to suggest me that yeah, all kinds of scenarios how they would all disappear from the picture, leaving me with a William. But William did would not know nothing about what went on, and would not agree, and it would be again different price and so on. And yeah, this is the type of stuff. Yeah. This here, this stuff here. In my case, since I'm really not doing too well health-wise, it's actually very, very, very hard to. It's not one issue they involve in it. This issue involves other issues in it. The issue involved on how I will kill the best person there was out there for me, a special friend to me, uh, a friend that was and my older brother and my father, and all the lies combined suggested me that I would see one appearing everywhere, that it's a cancer that fluctuates. That these are his words to me. So you're going to see this kind of news and you're going to see that kind of news. Sometimes you're going to see him that the health is doing very well, very positive. And on other, it's a cancer that fluctuates. One is health. And on other occasions, it's going to be like this. Yes, it's going to be like this. Well, the day he became a king, or maybe even before became a king, I don't know, or maybe a few days after he became a king, I was the one who first procrastinated his reign to last no more than 6 months, because it always goes to Queen Elizabeth time, his mother Charles, uh, discussed with other royals in front of me, and came to realize that his reign is going to be very, very short one, maximum 6 months. And after that, they started to pull me for the nose, reducing it to 3 months and 2 years. And even the option was involved that he'll be king forever, basically. But I did mention the stuff about 6 months. I did mention maximum 2 years. I did mention that stuff. So nobody went into the area of that. Nobody talked about issues as such at that time. I did it. Um, the cancer that fluctuates in the health, and so that I would be seeing all kinds of news and news like this, and one day like this, and another day like this, and then they started to fuck me with my own health issues. On how one day you're going to see you're going to be like this and another day you're going to be like that, and so that's how the cancer is. So the type of toxicity impossible to actually when you're drugged up and tortured like this, that's a very heavy disease. That's some form of cancer, and these people cancerized really. This is not very nice. These are not kind people, man. This is something that is taken for worse, possibly also because of other reason. It's very, very possible his health have taken for worse um, because of these issues here. I totally indicated what my plan is to do with these elites that were involved in it. In a video, I totally demonstrated here about uh, conversation with the Jaylan
I'm going to do the part two
kind of
of
issues.
this video here.
Um, so this was actually done in the first part, right? That should be right here. Bow. I explained in the most logical sense what kind of people I was dealing with. I mean, you can go and you can read here. I wrote Jay Leno
Want to
letter
grow this
about
friendship.
uh, pretty much what to expect from me based on my views. I acknowledge these people as a liars like none other on the planet because there's no liar bigger than completely conscienceless liar. It's actually sit in something like this is sit on my grave for 52 years with hope to market, trade cash as much as possible, and finally sit on my grave so not even a voice would come out. Not that I would not climb out of it, but slavery beyond slavery. It's not about oppression, but this is unheard of. It's not about once thief, or once liar, always liar. This goes way beyond. This shit is psychopathic. It really is. If you read about the stuff I wrote here to the Jay Leno, you would understand that King Charles had all the reasons to come up with the news that you see here. Every fucking reason that I made it really, really clear that the stuff they did, and I must say to you, I don't believe in Prince Philip is dead, and I don't believe in Queen Elizabeth is dead. I must stress these issues out. I do not believe in it. I don't believe in either of the two is dead. And I will not go there and verify these issues. Don't get me wrong. Don't understand. Don't think that I am really one of those worst investigators, police officers that will go there and will knock off casket a thumb basically to get to the proof about someone is dead. I'm not doing this kind of stuff because finally, when I think over, it doesn't really make any difference to me. These people underestimated me. They believe that they hurt me a lot. It hurt a lot because so much interaction I had with these people, and then basically in a face, it makes him or herself disappear in exactly in a way they suggested me and insisted me throughout 2 decades they will do. And he goes for the Prince Philip. He did exactly through the media, depicted his departure through the media as I was brainwashed in front of the laptop, and so did Queen Elizabeth. I find this, I'm not going to say cover this, but extremely provocative because I felt these people came extremely close to me. One way or the other, I felt that they cannot do something like this to me despite everything. But it also explains that they had no intentions, good intentions with me. It totally points out that their sole interest in my soul was to exploit, to do as much harm as possible, to learn about human psyche, just how much damage you can do, how much you can trick somebody into something, not because it would be some kind of special relationship or something like that. Yeah. King Charles, I he became, at least that's what it appeared to me during MK Ultra, addicted to MK Ultra, to my case. Um, I even took this in a flattering sense because he was expressing so much interest. I started to assume that he is trying to uh, do his best to make me as wise and as smart as possible. But this is just not the fucking case. This was just not the fucking case. And for me, this was like a very, very, very harsh sentence just to go liberate myself from the human, from the slavery, from enslavement of my mind. It took me many, many, many years, and I still would not do that if I wouldn't go through the proper analysis for which he determined that he won't be able to do anything because I found too many proofs about what he was all about. So that interest that I initially had at the beginning, that I wanted to know, that I want to meet these people anyhow, any some way, somehow, get to know them, see them. Uh, it's gone. I don't have that kind of interest anymore. I don't have any kind of interest in that. My interest is to bring these people to the justice and to avoid to disappear from the justice, from the process. There's all kinds of stuff that can be used. Finally, we don't even know anything about really the disease that King Prince Charles is suffering from. I don't even believe about when it comes to sausage fingers that there will be some kind of problem that will not be curable. He talked in respect to my case. He talked to me about a replacement of my kidneys and stuff like that. Uh, it was obsession about uh, replacement of the kidneys and so on. And so I have a good grounds, good reason to believe that the poisonings that with which he flashed in the media, you wouldn't see him. You don't want to fucking see him if he wouldn't want to be seen. You understand? He had his journalists. He was making his news according to the way he wanted to be seen as. You're never gonna get these people in a public shuffling around with something. And he goes the same. He goes likewise to the William. William also produced pictures that would have his face swollen and so on. Same shit like father, the same thing. That's why I say I don't believe into any of this stuff. You can do this, and you do this kind of stuff to make people believe, to convince people that you do have disease, that you do have that. In reality, you can just go and change your kidney or whatever, and move on with your life, whatever. When you are in a prestigious place like this, there's a lot of issues, there's a lot of medical procedures, all kinds of stuff that exists out there. It sure will help you out uh, to live longer. It's all about the quality of life when it comes to these people. It's not about breaking teeth like they did to me or prohibit me from fishing my living from the river 50 meters practically away. This people have about quality, how much quality of life they can have. That's what it's all about. It's different. And I will not allow that issues like this and cloud my mind, cluster my mind with the idea that, we don't, the truth is, we don't know anything about King Charles, Prince William. The only thing I know is that they do have to hide from me. They do have to pretend they don't see me. They are compelled to act like I don't exist and continue with a crime against me because there is no other way for them. That's the only thing we, the world, we all know this. That's a proof. That's existence of some kind of much bigger problematic than what they're trying to portray like some kind of sad story. I'm gonna say to you like this: when it comes to British, when it comes to Britain, be careful what the fuck you do with your brain. Don't throw them under the train. This news here, too, was involved in MK Ultra, and he goes to explain. And he goes to explain how insane toxic this shit is. Uh, be careful with your how you cast your thoughts, where you throw your hopes, how you invest your sanity, in what you invest your sanity, because it can well cost your life. Now, Jeremy Clarkson did a really good job with the pigs. This news was involved in MK Ultra. These are pigs. Um, but I want you to think about my words, about my life, not about my words, and what finally it summarized to. Okay, what finally it summarized itself to. Okay, Jeremy Clarkson uh, touched is really got touched with his with the piglet that he had, and he became euthanized the pig, and oh, look at that, how beautiful it is. This was involved in MK Ultra, this issue here. He had this special name for the piggy. He had what is it, Baroness or what? Uh, it's a piggy squad. I'd have never seen Lisa cry. Cuddles Piglet in a new Clarkson Farm view sobbing after heartbreaking. Clarkson Farm viewers sobbing after heartbreaking. Clarkson Farm touch Baroness. I think that he gave the name is the Baroness, right? Pig Baroness. Oh, this is so touchy. I was regarded as a pig, as a swine. This news comes in a very strange time. Jeremy even asked me not to talk about it like this, but I'm gonna say to you, I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it because it's like suggesting to people that were involved in it, you know, like the story behind Jeremy Clarkson big issue involved in MK Ultra that I witnessed and other people witnessed to, and it was involved in MK Ultra was simple. It was related to another issue, and this issue was related to that Jeremy Clarkson stated to me that he would do this stuff to literally alert farmers. Jeremy Clarkson, farmers suicide. Clarkson speaks out about alarming suicide rates in farming. So now, if you will go to this link here about how his um, you know, pig got euthanized. Where the hell is that stuff? Um, I saw it on a smartphone, and I don't want to go look for that fucking smartphone right now. I don't want to go and do that stuff. Come on, solving over heartbreaking. Come on. And there is the one pig gave birth to several pigs, solving a very emotional and heartbreaking moment in a new series. Uh, Let me see that shocking emotional moment. Is it because she gave the birth that he said to her goodbye? Deaths on the farm. No, no, no. It didn't involve deaths on the farm. And uh, Jeremy Clarkson moved. Let's take this one here. This is a video. I saw a video. I see him sobbing. I saw that today. Um, Over farming piglets. Yeah, this is the one. This is what I saw. This is a week ago. Really, I saw this today, like on the main news. Where I saw that, probably at Yahoo. Maybe.
Is it hard not to get emotionally attached?
No, you do. You do get very emotionally
No,
attached.
this was not
We
it.
do. We love you to bits, don't we? Right, go back with your brothers and sisters.
I've always been fond of
Yeah,
pigs. I thought it'd be
yeah,
fun to
no.
have them. And then
I really don't.
they just died in alarming numbers, and it was very heartbreaking. I've never
The
ever
video
seen
I
this.
watched this morning today definitely was not the one. But there is some the area where he is at that was definitely where you can see on the video. I'm gonna try to find that video. The point here is something else. Let me explain before I use the essence of this video and why I got insulted with this stuff. I didn't get insulted because I would be seen as a pig. Uh, I got insulted because I felt that British royals wanted me to be seen as a pig. I got insulted because this pig was titled as a baroness or baronessa or whatever. And this is how they presented me during MK Ultra in a certain sense, because to the human being you cannot do the stuff like that. For one thing, the proof is on my side. The human being, the stuff these people have done to me, you can't fucking do that to the human being. Because you have to see in a human being something else that you can do to want stuff like this. And so as long as you see in a human being something else, there's a whole lot of stuff that you can do to the human being, as long as you don't see a human being like a human being. Am I right? I have the reason, I have grounds to be insulted about this stuff. Jeremy Clarkson was all involved about my health issues, knew all about my health issues. It was quite a large society that was involved in these health issues. It with Clarkson as one of them, and so this stuff comes in a really, really, I'm going to say, inappropriate moment, especially when I consider that also Charles insisted that, well, um, I'm not going to be on a picture unless you're going to be on a picture. Like I said, there are many different scenarios, but this is not, I'm not going to say exactly the nicest way to put it. Um, it's how I feel that the stuff was directed at me during MK Ultra and what I see in present. I continue to enforce. Connecting himself to the suicide rate. I got so many windows open here, I don't want to go and look for that one. Alarming suicide rates in farming. Uh, Jeremy Clarkson seek approval from British royals, from British government to do the stuff like this, to you know have piglets euthanized due to whatever they have, disease or whatever. Uh, that he would do this kind of stuff to literally help farmers understand that they should not get too close to uh, animals. Because if you do this and you start to see human beings and animals, these are very fucked up people, these British people. Sorry, man, but you're fucked up. You're really fucked up. Because if you see yourself in animals, this is what was even Jeremy Clarkson searched for approval from me for this stuff. Once you start seeing yourself in animals, you're more likely, if you're in a business that requires for you to, um, you know, eliminate animals, sell them, and so on, or eliminate them just because of disease or whatever, you're in the wrong kind of business, and it's going to have a mental health concerns on you. So this British royals that are such a supporters of the mental issues and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't think so, man. I think you're fucking ruthless. It's not that I would be worried about the farmers that start to see themselves in animals and consequently commit suicide. I don't know if there are any like this, because that suggests like a serious form of mental illness. I mean, a good farmer is the one that provides for the animals, uh, and a good human being is the one that provides for the human being that is next to one that is, or human beings. And he doesn't have to worry about if whatever is necessary to do, if such thing happened that it's the people that needs to be I don't know, euthanized or whatever that needs to be taken care of. You see, the reason to worry doesn't come when it's something that is due to be done. It comes on day-to-day basis, relationship that you develop either with the animals or with the people. So when I think about this stuff, I mean that I wasn't really treated like a human being. I really was more treated like a pig baroness during MK Ultra. Uh, I I um, I must disagree that these issues would actually help anybody understand anything. But it definitely reminds me of MK Ultra that went on about the brainwash, about what I would suggest it. Um, and moreover, people that were involved in MK Ultra, people that were around me, they had ability to communicate to their views and basically demand through corruption, enforce through corruption their views against me further. That's actually what worries me more, because I'm actually a human being, you know. I'm no fucking piglet. I'm not Baroness Piglet. That's a mistake, which these people do not understand. They don't understand till that invitation goes past the man that marched in front of that Buckingham Palace. They don't understand that. Once it's delivered, once they have to sign the paper, that's when they understand. That's when, you know, that's when the eye opens. That's when a different story comes. Is this man worried about British farmers? I don't know, frankly. Uh, it's good, it's nice that he mentions the problem of the British farmers, the suicide rate of the British farmers. But the problems that British farmers have mainly are settled at the office, at the state office, where subventions are given, where financial aid or whatever is distributed to them to exist. Um, because the mental illness is foremost that nobody dares to talk about. It's related to financial issues, and nobody's talking about these issues. It's like, and during MK Ultra anyway, that issue was like from the side of Jeremy. when I went, and I also visited this British offices where this he did go and interact with the state people where they distribute financial assistance such issues. He was laughing at my face. It definitely made me feel that it was not about no fucking British farmers, and it was not about no fucking piglets. That it was, about the stuff, the way you British do it like this. Not exactly nice. I don't know how I would put this the nicer way. The video I still owe you. I did not find one. When it comes to King Charles, I was going to mention earlier, it's not only this kind of news. He met, and you can see this from day to day, he's fluctuating. If you go King Charles and you do this, and you go, and you don't even have to go 24 hours because you have, all right, 3 hours for the last 24 hours. Um, this here, this news almost appears at the same day, the same time, basically. News like this was also involved in MK Ultra. How he's gonna pose, like I mentioned earlier, like a nice man, so nice. Everybody's so loved by everybody except one fucker, and that fucker is me. Obviously, a pig baroness who was the evil guy because of whom a king, a Prince Charles, will have to finally disappear from the stage. Not a vice versa. Not that he is on a stage doing this kind of stuff to do something else. No, 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 no. But I am the one, the swine, the one. Hey, man, they related to me like because I spoke about the Holodomor in Ukraine, the one that is doing a Holodomor to the British royals, literally. They refer to me as the one who is enforcing Holodomor. That is a form of Holodomor I am enforcing against the royal family in Britain. Listen, I would love nothing more to meet a nice, beautiful guy, or like man like this that would take care like that. Like I said, everybody that witnessed this ordeal knows that stuff I'm talking about. But the bottom line is, every day is a fucking holiday in Britain because of the number of the caskets. And if you think you're gonna get compassion in your mental illness from anybody, this is how I cure people. I have my way to cure people. Uh, if you think you're gonna find compassion in these people for your mental illness, you're fucking wrong. The holiday is every fucking day based on number of the caskets. There is 15,000 people killed every year on a yearly basis throughout the greater than Great Britain inside of the psychiatric institutions alone, or I should say in the psychiatric care. So if you I'm just stressing you that don't count on issues that appear to be as something that are totally contrary to what you might develop idea about, because this British system works in a such a way, so subtle, so smart from behind, that you won't even realize, even if you're British, when your throat is going to be slit. I see people uh, just out of fucking blue throughout Britain. I see these videos about these Brits getting themselves in a fight in a you know, all of a sudden, it appears like it's like ridiculous, funny issue. It's always the camera eye catch. It's always somebody doing something like jack stupid, like something completely stupid out of blue. And before you know, it's police around him, and they get him a fucking chain guy, and then you know it disappears. Man, it's lost. The job, everything, stability, everything is gone. It turns into a rough life. Don't think it's by the coincidence. Don't think about it. They do stuff. It collects. You get illusion about something that doesn't fucking exist. People get like taken like it's like freedom, and it's like freedom of speech, and they start taking parts in the justice process of other people and so on. Before you know, uh, somebody touches you in the wrong way. You're in a wrong place, and they know how to push the button. They know because we live in a police state. We live in a total surveillance. Our countries are no fucking democracies, and they know every move for the people that they try to get rid of. They know every fucking move you make. And before you know, it's just a matter of time before they catches up with you. Unfortunately, when you become aware of the stuff I talk about right now is when it's already too late for you. I know so, based on my own example. The thing is, I prevented proving them that stuff to me. And they do the stuff before they even have proof that you did committed something, that something is wrong with you. They do the stuff like this. That's the type of democracies we live. Just like demonstrated, you explain you about what was done with my teeth. The connection between the teeth and the schizophrenia, how it worked, and how brutal the stuff. They don't have to have the proof to do bad stuff to you. We don't live in a country that is like, you know, this is fucking joke here, this stuff here. Nobody really cares about you. It's a rough world. You gotta get out there and you gotta do your stuff. If you have a problem seeing animals being euthanized, uh, slaughtered for a meat production, whatever, you shouldn't be in that kind of business. But other than that, this is just the type of business you're in. If that's all it comes to. Getting yourself in some kind of emotions, like Jeremy I saw today displayed for this piglet, for this piglet, you know. Uh, what was it? Touch. He was touched. Touching moment becomes fearful, man. This is the one. There you go. 2 days ago. And that's what I got on the telephone today. Touching moment. Jeremy Clarkson becomes fearful as his partner are forced to send their beloved pet cow Pepper. Oh fuck! Now it's already about the cow. This morning I read about it was about the pig, and now it's already cow that goes into meat. Um, Jeremy Clarkson laughed at me with the police investigators. It's a pig, man. What do you think? It's his farm. What do you think is the pig farm is for? For what? I wouldn't give three shit about this stuff, about feelings and emotions and so on and so forth. I would not go for any of this stuff. I did for a very long time. I did for a very, very long time. I did it for a very bloody long time. I did. And I know how it works. If you don't understand how it works, go over my blog and make sure you read every fucking word I have written about. Because that's precisely how it works. Because I have that exceptional capability to describe to the last detail how it works and why it works like this. No, I was a major promoter of Jeremy Clarkson. Nobody promoted Jeremy Clarkson like I did. I promoted him more than I promoted any other um, vehicle car reviewer that was out there. I promoted him enormously. I promoted him immensely. But the thing is that these people don't get paid by the stuff you do good. These people get paid by what they save based on the number of the coffins. The good fucking days, the best fucking day of the week. is the one that there is like a lot of coffins. I wouldn't be surprised if they get daily news how many Brits perished. That's the fucking Sunday. That's the fucking day. That's the day. That's the holiday. The more, the merrier, because the less the payout. It wasn't about this. It was this big baroness. I'm telling you, it was about this big, which name was Baroness. Yeah, he directly regarded me, compared me to the pig Baroness. So I do have a problem with this kind of stuff. It's not touchy to me. It's just an opportunity I'm taking to use this to example what type of stuff went on during MK Ultra, and you know that's how MK Ultra is done. I never did MK Ultra on anybody. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's again. It was tearful. This is the one. Baroness, Baronessa. There you go. Okay, it's a Baroness. It's not Baronessa. There you go. There you go. A really, really touchy,
Yeah,
really, really
time.
touchy issue.
Yeah, time.
Britain is a special kind of animal farm.
That's fine. You don't have to be present if you don't want to be.
Yeah, I don't want to see it.
No,
Thanks, Jenny.
that's not a problem. Okay.
Why, Baroness?
You see, a mental illness from different perspective. I hope my perspective is going to make you tougher. I hope it's going to say, okay, that's nice. Um, I hope it's going to make you tougher, not less sensitive, but to understand how it all works so that you can have more productive life instead of contemplating on suicides, let's say, and or wiping tears after somebody who might not be so dead at all and is just about to start his retirement process, with so many castles, with so many places to go. That sure would not be a very difficult thing to do. As Prince Charles back then, now King Charles, also demonstrated me, it was rather a play. It was rather like they tested public and people. If they see, if they get to notice something that he was going in and out of the castle, nobody noticed anything. There is such thing also like silicone masks and so on. Not a single time, sir. Not a single time. You posed in front of the camera with the sausage fingers without your actually wanting to do so. And it goes the same thing to William, to the Prince William, who demonstrated me the picture for which he wanted from me to acknowledge one as ugly. As the picture, it was all swollen in his face, whatever he was doing. Something definitely not was not alright there. These people get to choose the stuff. In that case, it's about the quality of life. And that must be, however, in line with complete expectations with the piglets. Animal Farm, indeed, yes.